Hey guys, welcome back to Mona's Exotic Animals, and today we're going to talk about the ruffecens gene. It's not even a gene, but we're going to talk about that. The whole stripes, patternless tigers, granite stripes, all that crazy stuff with the Kenyan sand boas. Now, how all this stuff originated is by this poopy looking brown solid color animal that's completely patternless. It's a subspecies of the Kenyan sand boa. It's called the ruffecens or ruffecens sand boa, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And when you cross that to a pure Kenyan sand boa, what you get is 50% ruffecens. And usually what you pop out of that is this. This right here is a low expression granite stripe. But usually, oh my God, you're being a little piston right now. This is what you usually produce. Something that's a little, like, that has a stripe and it has little, like, speckling on it and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and just, like, slide this girl into her tub. Oh my God. There we go. You get in there. Don't try and bite me. So that's basically, like, she made a mess. So that's basically what you get. You'd also get stuff like this. This is a tiger. And a lot of people don't understand. Wait, let me pull her out. So basically, you'll get stuff like this. Looks like a normal, but if you look closer, there's like a lot of spots on the bottom, and there's like a strict pattern, and it's like really dominant looking. So this right here we would call a tiger, because it's obviously something more going on than just a normal sand boa. Now, that's usually the two variations you get. I don't have a patternless. I do have granite stripe, which is this little dude in here. He's my anery granite stripe. He shows the granite the best out of the whole litter. Granite stripe, my bad, because I have an even better example of granite. Right here is a granite anery stripe. And sand boa, he's gonna be looking crazy when he's an adult. But that's him. He has a lot of speckling, a lot of broken up pattern on his striping and stuff, and a lot of stuff like that. And this is why it's important to know the percentages of your ruffecens stuff, because this happens. So originally I thought I produced 3 normals, then a couple normal looking aneries and stuff, right? But when you look closely at all of them and you compare them to like a normal anery, these are not just normals. I mean, look at all the like speckling and like banding and just like perfect circles, almost, I guess you could say, on the spots and stuff. It's just different looking than, let's say, my girl Oreo. So this is why it's so important, because my male anery stripe Rocky, this dude right here, is a high percentage ruffecens cross, which I did know that both of his parents were stripes, but I didn't expect him to be such a high percentage or such a like dominant ruffecens cross. So that's why it's like really important to understand this gene, and that's why a lot of people don't talk about it, because it's so complicated. So like I even feel like I messed it up. But I'm just gonna do my best. So this is my best example right now of a granite. This right here is a granite, normal granite, double head snow, female Kenyan sand boa, subadult. We all know her. She is Phoenix. I got her as a gift from my friend, Exotic Fire Hogs. This is really a nice orange, flamey looking granite. So she is obviously a high percentage ruffecens cross, because usually But it like I said, you can't really tell just by looking, but usually high percentages will throw out granites, and it's like a good example of a granite stripe. It's not gonna quite look like Phoenix, but it will look close to it. And let me show you just like a normal stripe just to compare to what the one I just showed you. Actually, I'll just take this one out. See that one compared to this one. You'll see the difference. See the difference in the two? How this one's like more crazy looking than this one. This one's more like dull and stuff, and this one's more like just crazy in general. So yeah, that's the thing with this stuff. You gotta understand like how just like dominant and crazy it is. It's like working with the tegus, man. It's all about percentages and stuff like that. I mean, it's at this point it's kind of hard to say I have a pure ruffecens or pure Kenyan Samboa at this point, because everything seems to be crossed and mixed. Because I'm not sure if I said it in this video, but originally there's only 2 pure ruffecens Samboas imported from Africa. I think and don't quote me on this, I think like early 90s to like mid 2000, early 90s to like early 2000s, I think they were like imported. So only one pair, like I said. So one I think like one of them is like one side of the country of the US, and then another one's on the other side. So we're not like inbreeding very much. We're just outcrossing. So everything might be influenced by the ruffecens stuff. And as we can see, there's a lot of variations. You got stripes, granite stripes. And then we have my favorite granite stripe, which is an anery. This little dude down here. I just can't stop messing with this guy. If none of you buy him at Daytona, I'm gonna keep him. I don't know, maybe, don't quote me on that. And this is like another granite. I only produced like a couple, like just only a pair, like normal anery, but they're going to my friend who does tegus and stuff like that. This is the only like normal like anery stripe. And then I produced like a, this is another thing with the ruffecens. Like the ruffecens is so crazy and wild, they'll throw out this. Now this is not considered a how do you say, a calico, but it's cool enough to be like calico. You see that little spot right there? That little off brown purple spot? That's so cool. That comes with the ruffecens stuff. So if you're breeding ruffecens, the ruffecens gene is a fun gene to work with, but be prepared for the wild and craziness of it, because it's a very hard gene to monitor. Like I said, I mean, I originally thought I was going to get 50% ruffecens and all of them were just going to be stripes, but I was heavily mistaken. I mean, I showed this girl in the beginning of this video, but coming back to her, you know, she's, you know, too crazy just to be a normal. I don't want to show you guys this girl because she has to eat, but I'll show you like another. This is going to a friend of mine. From my mom's job. This is a really nice anery tiger. Look at that. See how this pattern is just not normal, you know? It's really like crazy looking. So that's why I'm labeling these guys as tigers. So I guess that's like a brief little touch on the ruffecens stuff. I definitely missed a lot. I feel I didn't do it organized. I did it crazy. I mean, hey, I guess that's the theme of the ruffecens stuff. It's quite crazy. It's not organized, and it's a little bit scattered all over the place. So that's why I'm using a lot of these marketing terms to separate this stuff. You know, a lot of people just sell this as a stripe. I mean, people buy this. I've seen people buy granites as stripes, trying to produce stripes and never produce stripes, and only produce like tigers, patternless, and more granites, thinking that the stripe is just recessive. Don't get it mixed up. If you're going to work with this stuff, you have to understand that it's the ruffecens cross hybrids to the Kenyans. You have to understand that. It's a really difficult gene to work with. If you want to be specific with it, you have to know your stuff, and it's really hard to be. So it's best just to say like roofie cross if you're trying to sell stuff quick and easy. But if you know what you're doing, you know what you're looking at, like I said, if you know what you're looking at and you know what you're doing, you could label these like all the crazy names that I have them labeled as. The main reason why I'm able to do this is because I talk to breeders who do a lot of ruffecens cross stuff, and they told me, oh, what is what, through message of me sending them pictures and asking them questions of how to identify certain variations of the ruffecens cross stuff. So it's a really cool thing to work with. It's not genetic. It's more of a it's a hybrid. So it's like doing a poodle to golden retriever. You're gonna get golden doodles, but some will have long hair but have more poodle facial features, and some of them are gonna have curly hair but have more golden retriever facial features. You know, it really depends on the percentages. So if you guys are confused about the ruffecens gene, why is my stripe not producing stripes, why is my patternless not producing patternless, this I hope will explain it to you. Low percentage, high percentage, medium percentage, doesn't matter. It's going to be a crazy gene to work with, you know. So hope you guys use this video as some help, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and comment down below, or DM me on my Instagram, Maldonados exotic animals, right? Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting all caught up because Daytona is next week, and I have to get ready for it. And I started going through my stuff, and I was like, hey, I might as well do a video on ruffecens stuff because this litter came out and it's really crazy. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe.